So as a quarterback in my life, and all you guys who have ever played football, you know there's highs and you know there's lows. So today I'm going to show you guys my first ever season as a starting quarterback. It was greasy at points. I need all you guys to slap a like down below right now. If you guys know these type of videos, kill the like button. Let's aim for 5,000. Honestly, I'm going to say a crazy number like that, and I'm just going to start going for it. 5,000 likes if we get it. Please, thank you. Hit subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. So let me give you guys some great old TDBarrett backstory. So grade 10, I go in bantam football, which is like middle school and stuff up here. I don't know if it's called bantam up there. I was not very impressive. I had so much arc on all my passes. If you would have told anybody in those days that I would end up being like a college quarterback and get like a scholarship, people would have said you were crazy. So I go into grade 10, my first year of senior football, and I was the third string quarterback. I was very weak. I was 5'10", I think, at that point. And then just in the between that season, and then like there's this all-star team that everyone plays. So from the whole league, they build like an all-star team to go compete in the biggest city where I'm from, which is called Calgary, Alberta. So they kind of build a team, and then we go. So I go try out for this team, and during that time, I kind of hit a growth spurt. So I don't know why I can't say that word. And I started to get faster. I started to get taller. I started to get stronger, and I somehow end up starting at this. Now, I did not know what to do. It was so intimidating because I hadn't even started at the level, like my high school level yet. And then I was having my first game starting against some of the best teams in the whole province. Like these teams were cream of the crop. It was considered the most competitive league that there was, even in like, I think, Western Canada for a little bit. So like it was a really, really intimidating thing. So these are the highlights. It's kind of from that season. And there was like, it was a weird offense, and I'm going to explain as we go in here. And it was more of a running offense. I was more of a running back. Like I always told people that year, I was more of a running back than a quarterback. We all just like, we had two running backs beside me that were really, really good. And then me in the middle, and I had kind of got my speed a little bit back. But I want to find like the full games of these because I took some beatings. Like we were not very good this season at all. Like the next season was a lot better. But you guys are going to get to see kind of my best highlights from my first game. So this is my first game going up against the team known as the Cowboys at the time. And these guys were notorious for blitzing. Now, oh my gosh, I don't want to watch advertisements. Okay, no, we don't have to. Okay, so I'm going to explain the offense as we kind of see it here. So I'm going to stop right about here. Okay, so do you see what we're running? We're running like we have two receivers on both sides. I don't know why I just reset like that. We have two receivers on both sides, both really, really close. And we have two running backs next to me. Now, a lot of like the offense is the fly motion. And I would run something where every single snap count, I would go like this to motion. And then I'd move my hands down really, really fast to snap the ball. So we didn't even have a cadence. So teams cued into the fact we didn't have a cadence. And linebackers would blitz me like crazy. Like I do not have a lot of throwing highlights from this stuff. I had some terrible, terrible games. But I'm going to show you guys it because somewhat entertaining. But these are the only couple highlights I got from this. So this play was like my first decent play of my career. It was in the first drive of the season. I took it to the outside, then I remember, bam, profile picture. So me breaking that tackle, I didn't have much to cheer about at that point. So I made that my profile picture. Someone got a nice shot of it. Good for me here. As you can see, there's so much motion going around, and the routes, I just never loved the routes there. I throw a decent pass to the receiver, and we go down there, and yeah, that's it for highlights for my first ever game. Now that is sad. You guys don't shed a tear. Don't worry, guys. It gets better. I think I did have some other completions in that whole thing, but just not a lot. None that were impressive. Some kind of cheap completions. We got wrecked that game. If I can find the actual tape, you guys will get to see me on the ground like a million times. I had pressure in my face immediately because people were just on to our snap count. So they'd see my arms move and then they'd start running. Like I literally see safeties and linebackers just run. And as soon as I went like this, they were gone. Like it was stupid. Okay, so that was my first game. It does get a little bit better. I just gotta go to videos now. So we got the Cowboys. Okay, this is another game. I think this one wasn't great either. I'm trying to think. This is season 1, boys. This was a few years ago. I'm not promising that this is gonna be anything impressive. Okay, currently, this is us. Now, I slowly got more comfortable as the year went on. I think it was a huge year for me. This throw was actually done. A pump fake and a back shoulder throw. That was what I like. I always was, when I was first played football, the first thing I ever went to was like this tryout. I had never played football before in my whole life. Like literally, it was a completely different game to me. There I throw it over the middle, but oh my gosh, that's the highlight for this game. That's it. Oh man. I hope we had some rushing yards in this game because I did not. I don't think I highlighted. I think I only would put like my best 2 plays, and that's sad because the other play wasn't that good. But what I was trying to say is, actually I don't remember what I was saying at this moment. I don't. Okay, I think this is the part of the year where it gets a little bit less awful, and I start to not be quite as like nervous. No, I was saying that if it wasn't for this season, I don't think I would have been like this. Really woke me up to what football really was and what being a quarterback really was. It was getting hit. It was having a lot of pressure. But like as you can see, like my speed and elusiveness was definitely there. Like I remember a lot of my coaches would be like, that guy is an athlete. Like part of the reason I think I got to play some receiver in college and stuff is because I did have that extra athleticism. I kind of had the instincts to know where to go, which helped me out a lot. And later in the year, I started using my feet a lot more, rather than just worrying about like trying to throw routes, because the route concepts overall were not that good. Here you can see I go into middle. Sorry, my face cam stops sometimes, and I get a lot of rushing yards on stuff like that. It was more like just a lot of misdirection, getting me into some open spots. But I think I do have some good throws here too, that I was pretty happy with. Our receivers just weren't like, not that they were bad. It's just we were such a young team, and there was just like a lot. Like I ran a lot of triple option stuff like that, just trying to burst. I took some hits, but there's one thing about me that I was never afraid to take a hit. Hockey too. Like I remember my dad always saying I was so dumb because he's like, you literally are never afraid to take a hit. But here, look at this. The passing game, I have 3 routes against a full defense, and a lot of my routes were only like that, which don't really look great on highlight tapes. The next season, I really air it out, but this season it just wasn't there. That was a decent game. I remember that one was freezing, and my hand was like frozen. Okay, this one, let's watch this one. Like I said, you guys aren't going to be blown away today. The fact that I'm showing you these is a pretty big deal because these aren't my most proud moments of my career. Definitely not. Here, what do we run? Oh, this was a read option. No, this was a triple option. This is a triple. Oh, fake pitch into the end zone. Touchdown with the burst. There we go. That was a good moment. That I remember that triple option like it was yesterday. I hit him with the eyes to the one side fake, and I just took it right to the house. That was pretty sick. Keep in mind, I'm in grade 10, playing against people in like grade 12, and like, wow, what the? That's not it. No, I have 2 minutes here. Why did it reset? Okay, this play. Oh, I loved this play. I really liked this play. I took licks every single time I ran it, but that was like once the coaches and all saw that I was having a lot of success running the ball, they started giving me plays. More plays than just like a couple designed to get me a running back. Like they described it as we had 3 running backs back there. It's me and these 2 other guys. Like here, I believe this is a run. On a lot of like 3rd down conversions and stuff, or 2nd down conversions, I would run and I'd just get as many yards, and I never slid, and I never got hurt, and I was never afraid to take a hit. Okay, here, what's the situation here? As you can see, I'm a lot shorter than I was now. I'm about 6'4" now. I think I was probably about 6 feet. This was 5 years ago. I remember this play, dropping back, looking for receivers, and look at the burst, boys. Look at the burst. You can't say the kid doesn't have a little bit of burst. First down, once again. And then this play, like that O-lineman with the oven mitts on, he always killed me. He was like one of the older guys on the team, and he wore oven mitts, and I was always so confused at like what his, but it was quite funny. Here, read the defensive end like I always do in Madden. Little dump pass into the flats. And I don't know if that's it. I don't think that's it. I think I still have some more highlights here. And I use the term highlight loosely. Very loosely for my first season. I definitely wouldn't say highlight is a great word to describe this season. I didn't have many of them. Let's see. That was an example of some of the dots that I could tell. Like, I had arm strength. Like, I could get the ball easy, like 40, 50 yards at this time. Maybe, like, probably, I think more than 50 at some points. Like, I could definitely throw the ball. But it was accuracy. My accuracy wasn't great here. I believe this is just a bootleg. Once again, I had great blocks in front of me, and I could definitely go. Like, that's probably some of the fastest I was in my whole football career because I was so little, and I didn't have any muscle on me. Like, I was just straight legs, and I had these big, long legs that just once they got going, like, it was tough to stop. Okay, so we have 3 more right now. So we have this one, and then we have 2 more after that. And that will conclude like all the little clips that I made this season. This one is 1 minute and 37 seconds. I think I have a good throw in this game, actually. I think this is like one of my like coming out party games. I think we started getting some good wins. But like, look at how awkward these throws are. Like, that is not like a conventional throw to make. It was always like I never just got to sit back in the pocket that year and just like sling the ball. I was always like moving around in awkward directions and like just doing random movements. That screenplay, I love that screenplay, man. That screenplay was money. You get two people motioning one way. It's a lot like that play in like the split offset in Madden. You get two people motioning and it is just game over. What did we do here? I want to say I ran here. I want to say I got lit up, but I got some yards. Yeah. Cut back inside. Bam. Down to the 5 yard. Look at me. I just get hit every single time. Like, I'm just a wreck. Like, I just don't care. I honestly never was worried about getting hit. Probably a stupid thing that I was never at all worried about getting hit, but I just, in general, I truly wasn't here. Break some ankles, and I take it the other way. The kid from Canada down the sidelines. That guy on corner, he looks like about 8 years old. I know this team was not very good, but they weren't, like, terrible. We were up 21-0 at this point. This is when we kind of started winning games in the season because, like, we were due. We had a rough start. Just kind of getting used to everything here. Oh yeah, they finally let me start throwing. We finally like came up with like a pistol type concept at that point in the season, and they finally just let me start like slinging the ball downfield, which I was really, really happy about because all year I kind of wasn't allowed to throw the ball deep very much. This game, I feel like I don't have many highlights here. I want to say we got absolutely wrecked in this game. I think they had a couple. Oh, they had so many college people on their team. Their team was stupid, but like, it was really rewarding because the next season after this one, we pretty much beat the teams that like killed us every single time. So that felt pretty good, but let's see what's the sitch here. Rolling out this way. Like I had some throws, but those are just awkward throws. I hated throwing those on the run. I hated always having to throw the ball on the run this whole first season. I think it kind of prepared me because once I realized that I could just be like later in my career, I think it was kind of a relief to me. And I was better at it because I had never really gotten the opportunity before to just be like a pure pocket passer like I was in this season. Let's see, what do I do here? Throw it, boom, corner route, dot him up. And finally, I'm starting to make some plays. I feel like we're getting killed in this game though. Like if I remember correctly, our defense didn't get one stop that whole game. Like I'm pretty sure, like when we see the score, we'll know. What did I do here? I could probably read just by like the... I feel like I'll tell you right now. Oh yeah, this is a seam ball. This will be a seam ball, just because. And I stepped into the throw and dot him up through the seams down to the 10-yard line. I can tell still from just watching the tape what exactly we're gonna be running, just because I ran that playbook like so much, and I had it so like when I played, I was never like I was always premature. This is literally the last play of the whole thing. This was the best team in the league. They honestly were so much better than all of us. This was my only highlight from the whole thing. I know I had some decent rushes, but this is my only like decent highlight. Dot him up, deep ball, and we got the touchdown. And that was it. So, that was my first season, okay? That was it. That was my first season as a quarterback. So don't worry, your guys' was not that bad. The next year, I bounced back, had a really, really good year. Life got a lot better after that year. Like this year, I still had a lot of confidence because I was so young, and I couldn't believe that I was actually starting. But overall, guys, just never be afraid to like, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I don't know if I'm trying to be motivational. It doesn't matter where you start, it's where you end. And don't be afraid to get that greasy experience like I had to. Like I had to lose some games like 38-0 before we could go back the next year and beat them 48-0. So like, it's just the way it goes. Hit subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and God bless, and I'll see you guys